Hey, this is Austin, and this is our second week, I believe, in Teach Now. And I wanted to talk about one of the laws here in China. I've lived here about 10 years, and I wanted to talk about kind of the foreign teachers and what it takes to come here and teach regarding the policies and their laws here. And for a foreigner to come here and work, you need a valid passport, a work permit, you need your visa. And there's a very big process that goes into being able to work here. While you're in your home country, your native country, you need to get a background check, a thorough background check. You need to get, you need to send in your resume. You have to have 2 years experience. You have to have a medical check and a reference letter. While you have all this stuff, you need to go to the Chinese embassy or Chinese consultant in your home country. You need to get all this material notarized. My apologies, I think I forgot a bachelor's degree. You also need your bachelor's degree. And you need that and your transcripts. All this information you need to have notarized by the Chinese embassy, and you also have to have it translated. So you have to have your full background authenticated in Chinese for you to be able to come over here and work legally and for you to get a legal working visa. I'm sure you've heard otherwise, and in the past it's been very different. But here in the past 1 or 2 years, things have cracked down a little bit here, and I think for the better, which this kind of goes hand in hand in running a safe environment for the school, being able to trust your administration, have your administration trust you. They know who you are, as well as your coworkers. I have a son right now who's in the school system, and the current school system makes me feel a lot more safe than it did before. A little history on this. When I first arrived in China was about 9 years ago, and all I needed was my bachelor's degree. A 4-year bachelor's degree, that was enough to get me here and get me a legal working visa. Which, now that I look back, I think it's not dangerous, but I have my credentials, I have a degree. However, I had no background check. I had no, people here really don't know who I am. Whereas now, they know who I am. They know I'm safe. They know all their teachers are safe. And like I said, as a father, that makes me feel a lot better. That my son's teachers are legal. They have a safe criminal check. They've done the paperwork. They are safe, and that keeps that trust in the school system with the admin, the other teachers, and now the parents. I mean, it's a giant, it's a big system. So it's nice to know that everyone's on the same page. A little bit of strengths and weaknesses on that. It is a very long process. It's very tedious at home to be able to do all this while you're communicating with your school here in China and trying to get all this paperwork at home authenticated. So, in that sense, it's a very long process and it involves some money. It involves traveling. However, like I said, at the end of the day, everyone's certified. It's safe. Everyone's safe. There's not problems. When teachers come over here, they are who they say they are. Of course, there are some that slip through the cracks, just like home. But the vast majority, over 95%, are, filling out, going through the steps and doing it the legal way, which makes everyone safe here, keeps everyone safe in the school, and so forth. The last one, kind of how does it, affect the schools? Like I said, again, as a teacher, it gives me greater trust in my coworkers. I know that they've done that process. They're committed to doing that process, and it makes me feel comfortable. Then on that flip side, as a parent in the school system, I can assure my wife, the teachers are safe. They've done the process. They're legal. So that really helps. That kind of, I think, brings that trust and brings that together. And like I said, that's a relatively new thing here in China, where this process is becoming more tedious and more thorough. But it definitely pays off. So yeah, I hope that kind of clears up kind of what it takes to teach over here a little bit better.